Hey there, everybody. Mark Williams here from The Hurt Within. I am trusting that you are having a phenomenal day. Hey, get your biz mobile. Hey, what's up, girl? I know you had a crazy day. Hey, PB, Gemmaville joined. Thank you for joining. Do me a favor. We're going to chat a little bit today. I got something exciting I want to talk to you about. But do me a favor and invite all of your Twitter friends and your Periscope followers. Let them know that we are here. Invite them any way you can. Hello there. Hey, welcome. Thank you. Do me a favor. If you are joining me for the first time, how about this? Whether it's for the first time or not, just shoot a hello to me and then a hyphen and put your first name. And if it's first time, just put first. So if you're not joining me for the first time, just say hey and tell me your name. And then if you are joining me for the first time, put your name and then put first. I'd love to see who you are so I can actually acknowledge you by your name. Hi, Theron. Did I say that correctly? Theron? I want to make sure I said it right. Welcome for joining. Okay, good. I hate it when people try to call me Marcus because my name is Mark. So, hi, Kamani. Bronx. All right. Prospect Heights here. So, glad to see you. Thank you for joining us. Listen, we've been talking all week. Before I do that, I'm actually out here on my son's football field at their high school. So, I'm finding a nice place to post up on this beautiful day. Hello, I didn't see who that was. It disappeared too quickly. Write that name again, whoever just said hello last, so I can catch it. But I always want to start our discussions by talking about our purpose for being here. Hey, Terry, thank you for joining. And our purpose for being here, The Hurt Within, as many of you know, is a faith-based organization, newly forming nonprofit that is solely tasked with the responsibility of trying to create safe and relevant approaches for emotional healing for those that are hurting. We want to I just really have a heart to find a comfortable and a safe space for people to be able to express that there are hurts that exist in your lives, regardless of how successful you've been, regardless of what your religious affiliation, if at any, is, regardless of what culture, what your financial status is. We all struggle. That's right, we all are hurting. And so we're trying to create a space where people can be honest about that. Not that we want to know your business, but we want to create a safe space and a safe a community for people to be able to say something if they want to, and or hear the stories of others, so that you can leave our discussions and our events and all the things that we do encourage understanding that you're not alone in this situation. You're never going to be the first person that's experienced what you've been experiencing. You certainly won't be the last, but sometimes it feels like that. Uh, Thank you. That's my marketing person right there, Janine. www. Check us out on the website. I usually say that at the end. I guess she's kind of telling me I need to get up on my game. But www.thehurtwithin.org. If you slip up and write com, you'll find us there too. Check us out on the website. There are blogs. Thank you. Perfect. Check us out on the blog. On the website, there are blog posts that I write just about every day, sharing from my heart. The great thing about what I believe that we're doing is yes, you did help me out. The great thing about what I believe that we're doing is that you get to really experience raw truth from my perspective. Not that my perspective is the only one, but the reality is that most of the time what I write and what I post is based on the situation that I've been in that day, that week. And so I've learned to embrace the ability of speaking and writing so that I can be free from certain things that have plagued me in the past, difficulties, distractions, situations that were tough, things that I didn't respond to well in the past. I've learned that writing them down and speaking them to others, and it not only becomes therapeutic for me, but it helps others. And so my prayer is always, and I'm always going to say things like my prayer, so hopefully that doesn't offend anybody. If it does, you'll probably find that you won't be with us for very long, because I am a believer in God. I'm not going to always try to push that on people, but I am certainly never going to run away from that. But it's always my prayer that people are able to find themselves in what it is that I say, what it is that I write, so they can find comfort and encouragement and strength in that, and that we can grow together as a community. So I don't know if you looked at the title, but today I wanted to talk about something that really just encouraged me as I was driving. I've been running around all day today. As you can see today, I am now out here. Let me try to show. I don't know what my thing. Oh, I guess you can't see it because My boys are over there practicing, doing their thing, and here I am back here having a dialogue with you guys, and so I'm excited about that. But one of the things I want to talk about is this idea, because we've been talking this week about the importance of talking to ourselves. We had a week of incredible declarations that we say to ourselves. I am statements, I can statements, I will statements, and those are great. But I really want to be just completely transparent and completely honest with you. Whether you are a Christian, whether you are one who believes in whatever you believe in, but whatever your confidence or your belief system is, we can speak things into our lives and have great faith that they're going to happen, but the reality is that they don't always happen immediately. They don't always happen in the short term like we'd like them to. Sometimes we start out the week writing down our plans, writing down our visions, writing down our expectations, and by the time Friday comes around, we've done our due diligence, we've done everything, and what we expected, what we hoped, what we thought would happen didn't turn out that way. And so if we're not careful, we'll end up discouraged, we'll end up disappointed, we'll end up vexed, we will end up, many of us, if you were like me in the past, you would end up full of self-guilt. And I hear you waiting for years, Terry. I understand. And sometimes the reality is that the season for what we've been waiting for is over. But there are some times where it's not that the season's over, it's just not time for that thing to happen yet. And so the question becomes, what do you do when it hasn't happened? And so what I said on our title, what I posted on our title was, when it hasn't happened yet, keep talking. Because your words are going to serve as a catapult for you to get from one space to the next in your destiny, from one season to the next. If you don't believe in the destiny that you've written down, in the destiny that you've dreamed about, in the destiny and the future that you prayed about, if you don't believe in it, it doesn't matter what anyone else believes. So here's the reality. When you get to the end of the week and everything that you had planned for did not come to pass, you have to continue to speak it. What you said on Monday has to be so just as important to you when you begin to speak it on Friday because it hasn't happened. If you've written that business plan or you've written that 5-day plan that you expected some things to happen by Friday, it didn't happen. Okay, so what? I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I know that this is, excuse me, I'm rolling my sleeve up. I know that this is what I'm destined to do. And what I am not going to do is allow myself to be discouraged, dejected, full of self-guilt, full of self-hatred, and full of any other thing that will distract me from my course. I have to keep talking. Listen, I have to pause here because I have no way of gauging whether or not I'm doing well and speaking into a place for you unless you start to talk back. Since I can't hear you, your talk back means I need you to write at the bottom of the screen, and I need to see those hearts. I'm starting to feel my feelings are getting a little hurt because I haven't seen any hearts. So I need you to talk to me. Thank you, to let me know that I'm doing well. Hey, PB612, thank you for joining. So listen, you have to get to that place where you have to be the one to talk to yourself. For those of you that are Bible readers, the Bible said that David got to a place where he was in the worst situation in his life. He had lost so many things. Okay, great. I understand. Watch it tonight. Good night. Where are you from that it's so late? You must be over in Europe or somewhere. That's going to really get me excited. You said you're going to watch it late tonight because it's late. I'll see that. I definitely want to see where you are. Spain, wow. Okay. Oh my gosh, I am super excited. You're the first person I've spoken to internationally, so I am super excited. Thank you so much. Get some sleep. Check us out tomorrow. It'll also be on Facebook. But listen, you have to get to the space where you continue to speak that thing. Again, where I was left off was for those of you that are avid Bible readers, David was at one of the worst situations in his life, and literally, the Bible just says that he encouraged himself in his God. He literally had to speak to himself. Let me say this to you. And again, I'm not trying to push anything on you, but I am trying to push on you is your words. I'm trying to get you to talk to yourself. Regardless of what you believe, you have to be motivated first by what you say and what you believe. And so when the thing or the situation that you've been waiting on and believing on and praying on and excited about and writing down, when it does not happen, I want you, good night, bye, enjoy. I want you to continue to speak it. I want you to continue to make deposits of that thing in the earth. If it is a business plan and you expected that by Friday you were going to have an account open, the account didn't happen, then you will continue to say that by Monday that account will be open. If you expected that by today you would have 5 new clients and you only had 2, you begin to claim and deposit in the earth that you are expecting those 3 new clients. What I will not allow you to do if you stay in my space is to become dejected and start to blame yourself because those things did not happen. Does that mean that you did something wrong? Maybe, but that becomes a learning point. That becomes a teaching lesson. So what didn't I do this week that I can do next week to make sure that I get those 3 additional clients? I have to find out. And in the meantime, while you're doing that, that's why we're here. So when you deal with frustration and the reality that those things didn't happen, and you come onto a community situation like this, you can say, this is something I struggled with, and you can find encouragement. I want you to start to write down those things. Say those things that you expect to happen. It didn't happen, but I'm going to keep talking about it. It didn't happen, but I'm going to keep writing it down. It did not happen, but I'm going to keep declaring it. It did not happen, but I'm going to keep proclaiming it. That's what I want you to do this weekend. When it doesn't happen, when it didn't happen, I want you to get to talking even more. If that's resonating with you, I need to see hearts. I need to see hearts. I need to see hearts. And I need you to say, get to talking. Would you just write that for me? Get to talking. I want you to share this with somebody and tell them, encourage them. But before you can share it with them, you have to believe it yourself. And when the thing that I hoped for has not come to pass, thank you, get to talking. When the thing that I've been hoping for has not come into my possession yet, I have to get to talking. I have to push it. I have to cause it to come to me. I have to speak it into existence. I have to speak it into reality, and it will come because it is part of my destiny. Wow. I'm excited about that. Thank you for those hearts. I hope I see some more. Thank you. I'm seeing different colors. I'm excited. Hey, listen, I'm going to leave this up for replay. Play it again. Write it down. I hope you grab what you need. How do you know when to give up and when it wasn't meant to be? Let me say this to you. I don't think there's one formula. We talked about this earlier this week, and that's a great question. We talked about the reality is that sometimes you are chasing after a season that is over. And so that depends on what your belief system is. Me personally, when I'm chasing after something over and over and over, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and not getting results. And if I find that I'm not getting the results that I need, I have to take time to do a couple of things. One, I have to pray. I have to ask God, is this still what you had for me to do? Second, did I miss you? What was I wrong? Was I off? And thirdly, if it is this the season for me to do it, or should I put this down and come back to it at another time? And so whatever your belief system is, whatever your thoughts are, you have to go that route. You have to start writing, going back to your old notes. What it is that I wrote down. Am I still consistently in that space? Do I still believe that this is what I'm supposed to do? Do I still have the same demographics? Do I still have the same purpose to do what it is that I sought out to do before? Have I changed? Has my mindset changed? Has my purpose changed? Sometimes, and let me say this to you, it's not a negative thing to pack up and start something new if your season in that space is over. And so we have to just embrace the reality that sometimes it's okay to move on. And so as you begin to write things down and say some things, that's something else that you can say to yourself. I will find the space that I'm supposed to be in. If this is not it, I will find it. If I arrive to this day believing that one thing was supposed to happen and I am in the wrong space, then I'm going to find that space, that safe space. I'm going to find that destiny. I'm going to find that purpose. I'm going to find that plan. If I have to adjust and tweak that plan, then that's what I'm going to do. But I will not do it discouraged, and I will not blame myself that I ended up in a different space. I'm just going to adjust my situation, and I will find that space. Thank you so much, DC Marshall. I am so excited to see you on here. Let me say this to you. Upward Action, you need to check that woman out. Let me tell you, she has blessed my soul over the last week or two, and she can certainly reiterate the point that there is a need to sometimes take a step back without blaming yourself and saying, hey, whatever it is that I am purposed to do, I'm going to find it. I'm going to chase after it. I'm going to adjust. I'm going to make changes until I find out exactly the way it's supposed to look. And then when I do, check this out, and this just dropped in my spirit, I'm going to connect myself with people that are like-minded and people that can push me to that space. People that can push me to that space and that will not let me quit. Can I say this real quick? I want you to connect with people that see the same thing that you see. So when you get to the point where you're dejected because it didn't work, they won't let you quit when you want to. Wow. I like that. That's what I want you to do. Listen, I'm feeling myself getting a little too preachy right now. Oh, that's TC. Lord, I done called her upward act. That's not T. That's not DC Marshall. Let me fix that. I don't have my contacts in. That's TC Cooper. So you got to check her out too. She's also somebody else who has been pushing me to a greater space. But listen, that's what we're going to do today. That's what we're going to do this weekend. We are going to get to a place, arrive at the space where we embrace the fact that you're not going to get it right all the time. You're not. Yeah, she is amazing. Both of you are. You all are incredible. For women and for men, I'm just excited to be connected to you. You're not going to get it right all the time. The reality is you're not going to get it right first most of the time. Most of the time, there are going to be glitches. Your greatest strength will come from the errors that you make, and you learn from them and make adjustments. And so we will begin. I see you, PB. You're right. I see you. Don't do that to me. You know I got love for you. Don't do the sad face. I got you. Just send me some hearts and let me know I'm forgiven. Have to poke the lip out? Listen, get to the place where you embrace, thank you very much, the reality that errors will come. But this is what I want you to pour into your spirit, whether you have to write it down, whether you have to say it over and over, whether you have to put it on your Facebook post, whatever you have to do, begin to say to yourself over and over, when I arrive to the space that it is not happening, I will keep talking. I will keep saying that thing. Bible readers, I got to go one more time. It says, write the vision down, make it plain. So listen, when you write it down, it is not written down just for you to have it on tablets. It's written down for you to know it. It's written down for you to continue to speak it. Continue to speak it. So you'll know it, you'll become it, you'll ingest it, you'll digest it, and then you will execute it. And when it needs changes, you will make adjustments accordingly. Hey, you're going to be fine. We're going to be great. We're going to grow together. Hey, listen, my time's about up. I've talked you to death. I hope you were able to find something in this space. Listen, send it down to your Periscope followers, to your Twitter followers. Talk about us on Facebook. Check us out. Listen, check us out on the web. The website is up, and you've been so supportive, and I'm so thank you so much, TC. I'm so grateful for you guys. This is a new space for me the last couple of months, and I'm getting excited about having you with us. But listen, check us out on the web at www.thehurtwithin.org. Like I said, if you slip up and do .com, we're there too. Go to the website. Go through it. Look at what we're doing. We're connected with some great people where you can get directed to help if you decide that you're ready to open up about where you are. Check out the blog. There's some really good stuff in there, some juicy stuff in there that will really help you, stuff I've lived through. Write us an email if you want. I would love to see what you think about what we're saying. Go on the blog and write comments. If you want to send an email, write it to info@thehurtwithin.org. Go to our community page on Facebook. It's called The Hurt Within. And, of course, right here on Periscope or Twitter or Instagram, The Hurt Within You, the letter. Hey, excited about hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I'm going to go over here back on daddy duty and look at some football. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm sure I'll have something to blab about.